Welcome to the first ever podcast of Unscripted Cricket and More, featuring Connor Esthazen, up and coming, big hitting, hard hitting CGL player, keeper. We just like to welcome you.
Thank you for having me. Really excited to be a part of the first one.
On the very first show. It's going to be quite cool, this show, I think. I'd just like to thank Shirley and Todd and Christine Todd from Chaz Everett for supporting us, Rob Green, Steph Green from Real Promotions, Grant Dubé with Salt Tablets and Pen Farm, and then Shucks Cherry, Westrand, John D'Souza. If you want a cherry, any cherry, phone John D'Souza at Westrand Cherry. Okay, quick one. Let's start the T20 questions for the new segment, T20 questions. Introduce yourself.
Well, my name's Connor Esthazen. I think Renato kind of covered it in terms of the cricket circles. Family man, love friends and family, and like to hit a ball around the field.
Yeah, quite a big ball, I would say.
Yeah.
When did you start playing the game?
Sure. Probably as soon as I could walk, as soon as I could actually hit a ball. I mean, I've been around cricket circles and in and around cricket fields for 21 years of my 21 years. Parents, indoor cricket, outdoor cricket, on the side of a cricket field. So basically my whole life. Probably started playing competitively probably when I was around 6 or 7.
I think a bit earlier than that.
Yeah.
I remember throwing balls to you when you were like 4 or 5.
Yeah, around there. So
Not even
it's
earlier
been a
than
really
that.
long time.
School career, where did it start?
Started at Christchurch Midrand, a small school in Midrand, close to where we stayed.
Christchurch. It's where Alvera is at the moment.
Yeah, so
Sure. Okay.
have very good memories there. They set me up, and then from there I moved to Hermbridge Prep, which is closer to Fourway side, and then on to St John's, where that's kind of where I got recognized and kind of got a lot of opportunity. Had the privilege to go to a school like that, so yeah, had the privilege of 3 good schools, a lot of good mentors, so yeah, I was very lucky.
Justin Salmon's one of them.
Yes.
And
Justin
Norrie,
Sam.
I'm sure. And
Yes, and
Norris,
Mr. Norris.
I thought
And
so.
Mr. Norris, yeah. Very good mentors to have around.
Okay, pretty difficult question here. Ups and downs in your school career.
Wow. I think most of the ups were probably early on in my school career. I made a lot of teams that I was trying to get into. And when I'm talking early school career, I'm talking probably prep school. Made Gauteng teams, made area teams, scored runs. So I think those ups were probably early on. I think the downs were probably later on, where I had a big reality check.
Yes, you did.
Didn't make the teams I wanted. Wasn't enjoying my cricket, so I think it was very black and white in terms of making teams and then not making teams, and how things just switched up.
So I think those downs made you the cricketer that you are at the moment.
Absolutely.
Who was your biggest influence in your career?
I've had a lot of influences in my career, positive and negative, but I think the biggest one would definitely be my dad. Yeah, I started playing the game and started loving the game because of him. Watching him indoor and outdoor. So my dad was definitely the first and one of the biggest. The other one was my mom, also on the indoor cricket court, just supporting, just seeing how she is in everyday life. I think those two were probably my biggest influences.
And I must say, one of my closest friends was Gavin, and Vanessa as well, to this point. Favorite cricketer? Why?
Wow, I've got a few. I feel like this is one of the hardest questions to ask a cricketer. I can probably name 3.
So name them.
I think first and foremost, AB de Villiers, probably just because of his versatility. I like to think of myself as a versatile cricketer, so I look at him in terms of batting, keeping, fielding, bowling when needed.
Oh, here we go with your bowling.
I think second would probably be Ricky Ponting. I think I've always loved him as a kid, always loved watching him play. Just the way he played the game and the aggressiveness he brought to it is something I look to do in my game. And then probably the third one would be Kevin Peterson. Molded a lot, or tried to mold a lot of my batting around him, being a taller batter, trying to just entertain people. Yeah, I think those three are probably the ones that come to mind.
And at the Devils, we call him the KP of the Devils. Yeah, best chirp you've dished out or received, sorry.
I'd say the best chirp I've dished out. I'm not much of a chirper, so I don't have a specific chirp, but I'm more of a starer. I'll get chirped, and then whatever happens in the game, if I come out on top, there's a very big stare that comes across to the person that chirped me. I think the the best chirp I've received. I don't think I could say it on here.
Just bleep out the words that I would normally say.
No, I just think it's the standard. You're not very good. You don't belong here. With a few swear words in between, with everyone in the field laughing at you.
I can name one of those chirps when we played the RPL against Griffins.
Oh
One of the
yeah,
players chirped you and Geordie.
yeah,
You smashed them all over the park. That was chirp enough, wasn't it?
yeah, absolutely.
Funniest moment on a cricket field.
Wow.
We've got a couple of them
I've got a couple of characters that I've played with over the years.
that we played together with as well.
Absolutely. I think just the bickering back and forth between the current Central over 40s and KZN. It's very nice to be in the middle watching with popcorn. So I think the indoor guys at Wolves, you guys have definitely made the last couple of weeks one of the funniest that I've been a part of.
So Connor's referring to myself and Sean Lowe and Rian Krobler against Robert Green and Yanni Small.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
it's
Especially when they make minus every game. It's a great moment for us to
it's
to
very
talk about it.
it's very funny after the game. All the chirps that get thrown around.
Funniest roomie.
Has to be Josh Richards.
Josh
Has to be.
Why?
If you know Josh, you'll know what I'm talking about. But he is the most like, if you just watch him when he doesn't think anyone's watching, you'll know what I'm talking about. He is just in his own world, and his mannerisms are some of the most peculiar mannerisms I've ever seen.
Name one or two. Is it Luck Mackie? Neil McKenzie?
No, not so much that. I'm more talking about he's just a bit of a lost scope. He will stand at fine leg for 4 overs in a row and just watch the grass grow, not knowing what's happening out in the middle.
Typical batter.
Yeah, typical batter.
Thought so. Most annoying teammate in the change room or on the field?
I think Josh Richards is one of them.
Jeez, okay.
Sit next to him in the change room, always at each other's sections in the change room, playing with each other's bats, throwing stuff at each other, trying to pull pranks, and then just in the room just messing around with each other. Eventually, enough's enough.
So you guys still do that, eh?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
It's all
Neil McKenzie used to drive us insane, eh?
it's all fun and games. And then I'd say most annoying, but in a good way, could be Daniel Small
Oh yeah. It's
with his temper and always complaining to the umpire. I think that does get on a lot of people's nerves.
Yeah, it does. Daniel Small, for sure.
And
he
let's not forget the team that he plays for.
You're not even talking about Yanni at the moment there. Okay. Your top highlights in your short career.
Definitely making my debut for the Lions, having my whole support system there in the stadium as I walked out to bat. I'd say that's probably one of the biggest. I think making my first class debut this year against Western Province, where we won out of nowhere, I think that was a very big highlight. I'd say another one's probably playing for the Abu Dhabi Night Riders, getting to share the change room with guys like that. I think it's something that I could only dream of, and it's giving me goosebumps at the moment, just because you never ever think, or you never know what it's like until you actually get there. So I think those are probably the top three. I think probably one more would be making my high score, scoring a double century just after I got picked for the Lions down at the Colts. It was just kind of a nice feeling knowing that I kind of, I just kind of made a statement after getting picked.
And what about your debut 50? You made a debut in the 50 over
Yeah, that was also a big one. It was nice to help the team get over the line.
to win, yes.
yeah, that was a big thing in front of my whole support system. So that was a big deal for me.
Very low lights.
I think I touched on it earlier with the ups and downs question, but not making a lot of teams, especially later on in my school career and maybe just outside of school. Um, didn't make Gauteng teams, didn't make SN 19, stuff like that. Um, so I think those were probably the lowest lights. Wasn't enjoying my cricket at that stage, and um, yeah, I just think not making those kind of teams was the lowest low of my cricket career.
In my personal opinion, you should have made one of the S under 19 sides. That's just a bit biasness from my side, but it's true. Please tell the youngsters out there and the club cricketers, how hard is it to get into the first class system, the franchise cricket?
It is difficult. It is very difficult. I think a lot of people have this idea that it's all about runs and wickets, and for the most part, it is. You need to score all your runs and take a lot of wickets. But I think a lot of it has to do with being in the right place at the right time. I mean, I'll expand on that. It doesn't help, say for instance, myself scoring 1,000 runs in a season, but the guy above me is scoring 1,000 runs a season. Nothing's going to change. So I think being in the right place at the right time and performing at the right time. Um, so yeah, it takes a bit of luck, along with all the hard work and all the runs and the wickets that you take to get to first class cricket.
And what points did that change? Was it your club cricket? Was it all the hundreds you're making at
I
club cricket?
think so. I was part of the Colt system last season, and then obviously played club cricket. So I think scoring runs in club cricket helped, um, but you had to kind of convert that and bring that into Colt cricket, which is kind of the feeder into lines. So I think scoring runs in both last season was probably the turning point.
That's awesome. That's awesome to hear. So now you know out there how hard it is to get into the first class system. And now, how's your experience been in the LPL throughout when you started? Tell the viewers out there when you started, what side, and how's it been till the end?
So I mean, I didn't play LPL like straight from the get go. I probably started maybe yeah in matric. Um, so in matric, I started playing for the Cats. Um, it was we had a very good team on paper and just underperformed. Didn't really enjoy my time at the Cats. Um, I just think it wasn't kind of the right setting or didn't have the right backing. Um, and then eventually I moved on and played for the Devils. One season at the Devils so far, and loved every second of it. We had an amazing team. It wasn't even a team; it was a family. Um, under Renato and our fitness coach Steph. Um, I just think the vibe in the team was awesome, and to come out with the trophy was something special.
And you were vice captain
Yeah.
of the side. You and Vince Herold.
Now, but overall, really enjoyed my LPL experience, especially at the back end. A lot of learnings in the beginning from LPL side.
And I've just got to say, this guy won the final, him and Braden Shaper by themselves. What was your partnership? 40
140
odd.
odd.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Smashing everyone all over Old Parks. Yeah, a little bit about your Abu Dhabi Night Riders. How was your first ever, let's say, T20 Pro comp?
I touched on it earlier as well. I mean, when you dream about it for so long and you want it your whole life to eventually get there, it's such a satisfying feeling. Um, I loved every second of it. Made a lot of friends, a lot of memories um, of people that I used to watch on TV when I was a kid, which is an amazing experience. I think from my competitive nature standpoint, it wasn't a great tournament just because we didn't do very well. Um, I think we won one game, so it was a big wake up call in terms of my competitive nature. Um, took a lot of learnings, a lot in the public eye as well when losing. That was a big wake up call for me. But I just think overall loved the experience. Very grateful to have got that opportunity, and yeah, just an unbelievable experience. A lot of learnings that came from it, a lot of confidence as well.
Tell the youngsters out there, how was your business trip out there? Business class, limo.
Yeah, no, they
Tell them what happened at the airport.
when you get to a stage like that or playing a competition like that for a team like that, they look after you properly. They treat you like royalty, and something I'd never experienced, and a big wake up call again. Just yeah, very big wake up call.
And how was it sharing a change room with Russell, Nari, and Naran, those type of guys? Ingram was also in your team.
Yeah,
Mm.
very humbling. Um, as I said, you spend years and years watching them at stadiums, on TV, do interviews, whatever the case may be, and to actually be there next to them, sitting next to them, chatting to them, practicing with them, seeing what they do daily or what their daily routine is throughout a comp like that, very eye-opening. Um, but you also kind of get to see the person, not the cricketer.
Yeah.
So guys that you mentioned, very chilled, very laid back, um, love to laugh, love to dance, love to have a good time. Um, so yeah, I just think those guys are human. That's the main thing I learned from them. They're human. They're in the public eye, but they're human and good people.
Did they speak a lot about cricket with you? 'Cause you're one of the youngsters in the team.
I spoke a lot to Sunil Narayan about cricket and plans and stuff like that. But when it's not about cricket, they try and stay away from cricket just because they've got so much of it.
They play a lot of it.
Yeah,
That's why.
they don't have a cricket season; they've got a cricket year. So I think just learning kind of the do's and don'ts and the ins and outs of the game from guys like that was something special.
Yeah, it's very cool. That I hope you can speak to some of our youngsters this year
Absolutely.
and give back your feedback. Last question of the T20 segment. Who's your favorite manager?
I didn't really have a choice.
Who is he?
Renato Almeida
Thanks, man.
is my manager. He's my only manager, so I didn't really have much of a choice with that one. For
I
all
think
the
he's a
viewers
pretty
out
good
there.
guy. And
It's not bad. Not
yeah,
bad.
and for you, Gareth Flusk, I'm not going to swear. You said I must not swear. I won't swear. Okay, so that's the end of that segment. I must like to thank once again Chaz Everett, Shirley, Christine Todd, Grant Joubert, Pen Farm, Robert, Steph Green from Real Promotions, and Cherry Westrand for promoting us there. Thanks, John D'Souza, for that. Now, just a general chat here. So I was thinking about some questions here.
Okay.
Can you name me your South African T20 side, 50 over side, test side? Captain, vice captain, just putting you on the spot here. You can't be in the side.
Not,
Excluding you.
yeah.
You should be, you could be.
So I'll start with T20 side. Sure, you're making me think here.
Yeah, but this is a bit different now.
In batting order,
Yeah, let's go batting order.
I'd probably say Quinny and Razzle. I think
That's Rassie.
no,
Not
that's
Rassie.
Reza.
Reza, sorry. Yeah.
Quinny and Razzle to open. 3 would probably be Riley.
Rousseau, yeah.
Yeah, Riley. Trying to think who opened in the.
No Brevis. Would you go Brevis?
That's a bit of a sticky one.
I would. My personal opinion.
I'm not quite sure yet, if I'm
Okay.
honest.
All right.
I think in the squad, yes.
Okay.
Definitely in the squad.
Rassie.
Yeah, Rusty has to be up there. Definitely one of the best T20 batters in the world. Lucky to call him a teammate. David Miller,
Definitely.
Aiden Markram,
Definitely.
Tristan Stubbs.
Yep.
I think Bjorn.
14, yeah.
Yeah, Bjorn has to be in there. You see what he did at the SA20, has to be in there.
Good player.
And then I think the bowlers are pretty standard. Nokia, KG.
Magala.
Yes, Gags has to be in there.
Good player.
Unbelievable player.
Same shape as me, but good player.
Unbelievable player.
He's a very good player. Nice guy. I've met him a couple of times. Very nice guy.
Marco has to be in there. Marco
Jansen,
Jansen.
yeah. One more spinner. See, with the Brevis thing, I would go Brevis because he can bowl leg spin.
I think Shamo adds something different with left arm Chinaman.
Left arm
But,
Chinaman.
Yeah.
I'd go.
It's not often that you see or get to face someone like that. There's a handful in the world. So I think just having something different is very valuable. Captain Aiden Markham.
Yeah, Aiden Markham should have been captain a long time ago. My personal opinion. 50 over.
50 over.
Much the same. Wouldn't you go?
I'd put Temba definitely.
Yep. To open.
Yeah, Temba to open with Quinny.
Mm-hmm.
Go Razo at 3. Rossi 4, Aiden 5, David 6.
Stubbs.
Stubbsy and
Brevis,
Marco.
Marco.
Stubbsy, Marco 7 and 8.
Mm-hmm.
And then Anna, KG.
Magala and a spinner.
Yeah, Magala.
14. Bjorn at
Yeah,
8.
Bjorn. Yeah.
Test. Here we go. This is the hard one.
Test.
Let's start with your captain on this one.
Temba.
I'd go Markham. My personal opinion.
Temba's an unbelievable leader. Having played
Well, you
under
played
him
with
and,
yeah.
and played with him, shared a change room with him, unbelievable leader.
I've only played against him when he was young.
But I think the openers would probably be. I might be a bit biased.
No.
Josh Richards, Tony DeZorzi.
Mm-hmm.
3, I think Keegan Peterson. I like Keegan.
Yeah.
Unbelievable player. Ricky at 4. Ricky and Aiden 4 and 5. However you want to do it. 6. I'm trying to think who's in the recent squad.
That's the difficult part. We can't even remember who's in the recent squad. 6 was. I don't even remember. Who was at 6? Trying to think. It was a new guy, wasn't it? No.
I think Vesey was 6 and 7. As an all-rounder, Vesey should be in there.
Bjorn Mulder, eh?
Yeah, Bjorn Mulder.
Yeah, that's who it was.
Trying to think who else was in there.
Jansen played.
Yeah, Marco. I think the bowlers will be standard throughout the formats.
Would you pick Maharaj? I'd pick Maharaj. Test spinner.
Can't pick him at the moment.
Yeah, but if he was fit, I would pick
Absolutely. Him, Simon Harmer. Those
Harmer's
two.
a good player.
Yeah.
Also a very good player.
Trying to think who else was in there.
We had Nokia, Rabada. Who else was there? Bjorn didn't play.
No, Bjorn wasn't in the test squad.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, but that's pretty. I'd even put David Miller in. I like David Miller as a cricketer. I don't know why.
No, he's unbelievable
proper.
cricketer. Unbelievable
And
cricketer.
I'd put Faf in the
White
T20
ball
side.
stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We never saw eye to eye when we played against each other, but I'd definitely put him.
Unbelievable player.
He's playing superbly at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's have a bit of a funny thing here. Your Dubai series coming up. What do you think is going to happen there? With your great teammates there, some of your characters.
I think we have a good thing going in the fours arena, but I think going to an international tournament, so to speak, will be very eye-opening. I think we'll win some games, and I think we're going to get absolutely whacked some games.
Why? Central? No.
Not even that. I just think that it's players we've never experienced. We're so used to playing guys at four ways. We know what we're coming up against.
Yeah.
There we're going there blind. We have absolutely no idea what we're going there.
You're playing against Aussies and all these guys.
Exactly, playing against some of the best players in the world, and we've just been playing in our little four-way setup. So it's going to be a good experience. We're going to win. We're going to get whacked. So yeah, very excited. It's going to be a good trip.
Yeah, I think so. Especially with Grant and Rob and Sean Lowe. Oh, and another guy we haven't mentioned, Lowe Kitsia. That's a
Yeah.
special human, that one.
I think he has to be mentioned as one of my funniest teammates. The funniest teammate.
And the best guy speaking English.
Yeah, he speaks very good
He's
English.
got a lot
as
of
well.
whiffs and vats and that and that.
Yeah.
Another thing I wanted to mention, Let's talk a bit about the LPL upcoming season. What is your thoughts on how we're going to do? Some words there out there for the youngsters. 'Cause have you see as you've seen on Facebook, a lot of videos. Youngsters
Yeah,
are practicing.
absolutely.
They're loving it.
Absolutely, and it's so awesome to see youngsters loving their cricket and kind of going above and beyond what the minimum is. It's what you need to do to go up levels. But I haven't seen our team, so I can imagine it's going to be very similar to last year with a couple of changes.
A bit stronger.
If it's a bit stronger, then very, very confident defending our title. It's going to be a very good one. Again, Devils is a family environment, so it's not just about playing cricket with 11 of us on the field. It's all 20, 30 of us after the game on the sideline, just sitting and being around each other. So when you have a team environment like that, it's very easy to be successful.
Awesome. And in May, the upcoming junior LPLs will be played. I think the whole month of May. Sorry, I'm a director. I don't know. It's the whole month of May. Connor, I'd like to thank you for joining me today in the first ever podcast. I hope
Thank you.
was
It was an awesome experience being here and an honor.
No,
Thank
thank
you.
you, Connor. If you guys want to comment below on Facebook or wherever, please leave your comments or any questions. We'll get back to those answers on our next show. Our next show, we've got a coach. I won't tell who. Watch all our social media platforms to find out who's on our next show. Thank you. Over and out. How long was it?